Let's dig more into triggers with N8N. So we have the manual trigger, which is, as you would expect, what you click on to manually start a workflow. So this is really good for testing and just kind of having off to the side if you just want to get a workflow going. And right here we have an Airtable trigger. So this is a trigger based on an application action. So we could have this be another application, but for this example, I have Airtable hooked up here. So if Airtable does an action based on some time constraint here, we could then get that action from Airtable and then trigger this automation. The next one is schedule trigger. So schedule is, as you would expect, on a schedule. So days, hours, minutes, and it will run the automation. Probably the most common one for me is Webhook. So that is a hook coming from another application or API. So we're waiting for an event to happen. So kind of app to app kind of communication. And this happens a lot with SaaS applications, being able to fire off a particular action from that application. On form submission is building out a form that is hosted on N8N. This can be very handy for just having some sort of form for your users to interact with. And you can add form elements here, name the form, and then the type of interface element that you want. So that is how you can kind of inject data into your automation. If you want to link to other workflows, this is what you would use to do that. So this is a kind of linking up from other workflows. So if your workflows are getting out of control and you want them to kind of be broken up, or if you kind of have sub functions that you can have within your workflows, this is a great node for that. The chat message, this is a chat that is hosted on N8N that you can interact with either within your automation or outside. So when you double click on this, you can actually make the chat publicly available. So then you could have something for your users to interact with natural language as opposed to a form of some kind, and this could be used in conjunction with AI. So when fetching a data set or row, so you can hook this up to a data set of some kind and then be able to react to that data. This one comes from the other ways kind of triggers. So that is an error trigger. So this can get wired up to a particular workflow to when an error happens, it will actually be linked up to this trigger node, and then you could react to the data that comes from that error.